Metal Matt here, and I'm living in Cancun, so I can't watch the Big Brother that's going on at the moment in England, where I'm from. But being a big, well, fairly big, I enjoyed Mickey Rourke's The Wrestler film and some of his films in the 80s and stuff. Big enough fan, let's say. Particularly The Wrestler, really, really cool film that, and he was a lot older than that, but he showed he can really act. And he's really kind of heartwarming story, really nice and great acting, and he's just a cool guy. And being a Judas Priest fan, I always remember the cameo of Rob Halford in one of his films as well, where they were together in this film in a what was it, in a comic book, not a comic book, in a porn store or something like that. That Rob was pretending he worked in, and even there it kind of comes on this subject of homophobia, because even in that he was playing a part where he was having a bit of a go at Rob there, but it was all part of the film, obviously. But it's kind of come to real life now in Big Brother. I was just looking up to find clips of Mickey and Big Brother to see what he's been up to. I haven't heard anything, but someone told me he was in Big Brother, and I thought that has got to be a good series when you get some good members, some good personalities in the house. That's when it's interesting. I've always kind of enjoyed the psychology of Big Brother, even though it's a bit of a, you know, kind of fake kind of show, probably, like they all are. All these kind of real life reality TV things are always a bit kind of fake and stuff. But Big Brother, I always enjoyed seeing the personalities and stuff when I used to watch it in the past. But it seems like he's dug himself in a bit of a hole, because he's now been accused of homophobia or something. He's only been in there for a day, and he's dug himself into a hole. And I think being the kind of celebrity he is, which is where he is kind of isn't a celebrity as much anymore these days, and I think that's why he's probably doing Big Brother, for a big celebrity like he was to then go on to do Big Brother. He obviously needs to do it, for money or something. But who knows? I don't know that for sure, but I'm just guessing that might be one of the reasons he's in Big Brother, a big celebrity as he was. Like many of them, they do it because it's good deal for a few weeks, and you come out with a nice bit of money. So maybe that's why he's doing it. But being someone who isn't in the limelight that often these days, and I think his personality has always shone through as very authentic and real. He doesn't really bend with the times of you know modern society, and I think he's just went in there being himself, and he's basically dug himself into a hole instantly. And I'm sure his PR people or whatever are probably thinking, "Oh no, he's been in there a day and he's really not got the hang of this." And the thing is, once you make enemies the first time you go into a TV show like this, it sticks with you throughout the show. But I'm sure his personality will shine through as it goes on. But obviously, going by what he's saying in there, he's obviously a fan of the women. He likes his women, and that's he's being quite an old school approach, kind of classic, you know, men will be men type approach, which kind of don't click with the kind of more woke society that we're in these days. Where you can't really just say what you want. You've got to self censor and think before you say anything, particularly in a show like that that's broadcast to millions of people. So yeah, it's kind of sad to see that they're already trying to make him a villain, which I don't think he is. He's quite real and realistic. I think he made some comments um, about a lesbian housemate who he said, "You won't be a lesbian in a few days or something if I'm still in the house or whatever." Like he'd turn her straight, because I don't know what he was insinuating there, because he's so hot, I guess, or whatever. He'd have her or whatever. He'd win her over. So which she seemed to not like at all. And I guess the more, maybe perhaps a more handsome Mickey Rourke of years ago, before the surgery and stuff, maybe women would have swooned a bit more. Probably not lesbians though. So he's kind of went he's went on the wrong approach there, I think. And yeah, yeah, unfortunately, that's it. Really, I haven't got much to say about it. But I just, being someone who's living in Mexico here, I'm not able to watch the show properly. Only clips and things which I see on YouTube, and yeah, finding that on there, and that he's been accused of being homophobic. I don't know, I think he's far from it. From interviews I've seen with him and things like that, he's cool with everybody, and his comments might be a bit of old school, but he is an old school guy, and you know. I think the world's went so woke now that you can't say anything, and these kind of shows play into that narrative now, where you've got to click in with everything that's supposed to be. Look at all the movie stars and stuff. They got to click into place with whatever whatever the movements are at the time. They got to be seen to be supporting it, or wearing dresses or whatever else they do. And it's part of the way societies went. Any kind of mainstream media type of thing, they're so over the top. You're kind of not allowed to say anything jokingly or anything these days if it could offend someone. But in the words of Ricky Gervais, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. And that always, I think, is a great way to put it. And and also I always just think, if you don't like something, just you know don't watch it or whatever if you are offended by it. But I guess if you're the actual person who's offended in the house, then she's got no choice but to raise the issue, I guess. But to me, I don't think it's anyone who can kind of just see, you know, what he's trying to be like and his personality. I don't think there's any malice or bad intents there. He's kind of jokey. He's an American guy, Maybe that could change the way he is. Like the way the American media is maybe different to Britain. It might be, his familiarity with some of the language that is offensive in England may not be. He may not realise the offence that some people may take from it. But either way, I think we're all human. We all say things, and not everything is a well thought out thing. He's just the moment he got in the Big Brother house, there's a big conga line, and you could almost see his face, thinking, "What have I got myself into now?" This load of celebrities, well, I say celebrities, a load of nobodies, doing a conga line and trying to get him to join the conga line. Conga. Here's conga, like the conga eel. No, conga. But yeah, trying to get him to join the conga thing and dance around the room, and he probably thought, God, you know, they're getting their money's worth out of me here. It's probably what he was thinking, maybe. But yeah, I hope he wins. That's all I got to say. Mickey for the win. Keeping it real as he always does. You probably have to watch his mouth a bit if he's gonna win though. But I was thinking he'd be a great personality. The moment I heard he's gonna be in there, I thought, wow, people are gonna love Mickey. He's such a great personality. You've only got to watch his interviews to see how cool he is and kind of real. And I'd say anything but homophobic. Some of the outfits I've seen him wearing, and some of the paparazzi shots and stuff. You've only got to Google pictures of Mickey. I don't think he's definitely in touch with his feminine side. Put it that way. So yeah, I think he's far from homophobic. Anyway, for the wrestler, for Mickey here, I'm gonna go do some Mexican wrestling now. Okay, in tribute to the wrestler, amazing film. But yeah, anyway, that's my opinions, guys. What do you think about it? Was Mickey in the wrong? Did he say something wrong? Should he be warned? He's had a big giant warning. Really strict talking down by the Big Brother house. So yeah, do you think that was necessary? Do you think he's done anything wrong? What do you think should happen next? Should he be kicked out of the place? I don't know. Well, I do. I don't think so. But what do you think? That's what I'm asking. But yeah, anyway, let's see what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing the clips coming up on YouTube as the weeks go on. And, like I say, I think overall, I just think he's too old school for that show. And his people should have knew that before sending him in there. Because, yeah, you've only got to say one wrong thing and or something that's perceived as wrong. And, that's it. They jump down your throat these days. There's no kind of politeness when it comes to anything. As soon as someone's offended, someone of a certain category is offended, it's just like boom, that's it. You're done. So yeah, he's probably got to self-censor himself, which isn't easy when the whole point of the show is kind of being yourself and living amongst people. You're actually living in this place, so you've got to kind of be yourself. I don't think anyone can blame him for being himself. It's not the place to put on a fakeness, you know, maybe in an interview or some kind of media like that, he can fake it for 30 minutes or whatever. But being in the house for weeks now and knowing that that's where he's going to be living, maybe he just wanted to be himself, and you know, it either sticks or it doesn't. But you know, why shouldn't he be authentic? You know, and he's apologetic. Of course, there's no malice. As soon as he knew that he caused offence, which I don't think he intended or realised, he was very apologetic. You know, but whether that's gonna matter, probably not. Because that's the world we're in, guys. So yeah, see you later, guys. Adios, amigos. Check out my music, Metal Matt. Got lots of songs here on the channel. Check the homepage for the different playlists. Got my music videos. Got some cool songs like Changes in You, Mexico, and what's another good one? What might you like? If you like wrestling, no wrestling songs, sorry. But yeah, lots of cool songs out there, and yeah, check them all out. If you like black metal, I got Extinction. That's very hardcore. So yeah, see you later, guys. Bye.